Hello and welcome back to Heroes of Camelot with Tito. Today we're going to be talking about equipment. Now, something I have ignored for far too long, and I know a lot of people are super confused about equipment, how it works, its purpose. So let's just get down to the basics of it. Now, equipment is primarily a PvP um, item. Is specifically for how your team will fare against another team. So let's just go here, and I'm just doing this to show you. So here's the team I have currently, and you see at the top here you see this little bar with equipment underneath my name banner, and then you see plus 0%, and then you see a little emblem, and the other player you see another emblem, and you see the sword plus 0%, and he has equipment as well. Now it's why is it 0%? Well, the 0% is you can actually do this here. Click up here on your banner by the red attack symbol, and it'll actually take you here. So if he's and this works like all basic principles of video games in terms of like fire beats ice, water beats fire, all that kind of thing. So in the top left here we have barbarian. Barbarian beats the ranger. The ranger beats the I'm not even sure what this is. The Mystic, and the Mystic beats the Mage, and the Mage beats the Barbarian. So basically, just follow that circle. So if he is a Barbarian, we're going to want to pick something that beats a Barbarian, which is a Mage. So we go here, we click that, okay, it'll reset the page, and you see I have equipment up here that says plus 58%. Now, what that means is my attacks will be 58% more effective against him. Now, there are no multipliers. There's no table that's showing you where this damage is coming from or where it's going. It's just standard in the game. So just know that what you want to look for and avoid is having it where someone else has that equipment and you don't. Now let's see if this guy has any equipment. Okay, so he has plus 60. So if we go with the standard thing, so if we go to right here, so he's a mystic, I'm a mage, so he has the advantage over me. So he has plus 60%, so his attacks will be plus 60 above mine. Now, his team is weak enough that I can beat that, and it's not a problem. The 60% won't really do him much favors. But this is more of a top tier end game kind of thing that you're wanting to consider and think about. So if I was wanting to if I wasn't at the top of the game, and beating tons of people, then I would want to make sure that I put myself in some ranger equipment and go back and negate that advantage. Now, see, I have my ranger equipment is plus 42%. So that's kind of why it's important. At lower levels, it's really not important. The important thing is that at lower levels, you'll be wanting to farm equipment. The best places you can farm it are, I'll show you right here. We just had an arena where you have mage equipment, right? So you enter here. You will get this is an expired one, so it's not active anymore. But I'll just show you. You have the 4 classes. The mage, I think it's not mystic, it's something else. But mage, mystic, ranger, and barbarian equipment, warrior equipment. And so you get these tokens at the different might tiers. So at 5,000 might, you get the arcane staff chip times 50, hood of storms chip times 50. So you get all of these throughout, and this is all tokens that you can accumulate to summon gear. Now let's go, where do you use those tokens? You use them in the shop. So come down here, scroll down to the shop, and then go here to exchange shop, and this is where you do it. It'll rotate every week based on whatever, and then you can just see I have my inventory has 100 tokens, so I'm gonna summon this, and it doesn't cost me anything other than the tokens I have. So it's always a good idea. They change out these gears pretty often. So whenever you have a mage arena, they're gonna have mage gear. So you want to buy it, especially if you max it out. So that way you build up the gear. Now, as I said, as a new player, your worry shouldn't really be about what gear you have. It should be about farming up that gear. And I'll show you here. So we go into equipment. Now, you'll see right here, it says suppress and resist. what does that mean? I mean, if I'm being honest, I just learned about this the other day because I've just ignored it, for a long time. Um, so you see, it has the equipment in the bottom left. It says suppress plus 2200, or 2200, and that's because it's coming from my gear. So I've leveled up my gear, and it adds, at level 5, these feral boots have plus 220 suppress and plus 640 resist. Now, what that means is it's suppressing um, other your opponent's attacks and resisting their attacks. And these are the basic skill card attacks. So if you have a skill that says, or if you have a card, let me just show you something here that has a chance of insta killing another party. So like this right here, the Infernal Vassal has unyielding, and it says mark enemy bleed, make the target enemy bleed, cause huge damage each turn, last 3 turns, once per battle. So that's what your suppress and resist is really focusing on. Is it's preventing the other team, your opposing team's skills like that from actually impacting your team. And the stronger your gear is, and the more advantage you have over another player, the better. And so you'll see, how do we do this, right? So we can level up. So we go to enchant right here, and then you drag over a piece of equipment, and it's going to take this little. This is just like the awakening process, which I'll do a video on another time. But you just slide this bar over, and it'll take 2061 dust to take this to level 6. So we're going to just enchant it. Good thing is it doesn't cost gold to do this. We're just cost the dust. We're just going to keep doing this. I've saved up a lot of this. This dust, you get dust from daily logins. You get 1,000 dust per like every other day. And it'll come in a little chest like this. It says login dust chest. There are other ways you can get this dust. I'm trying to remember now. It's probably drop rewards, maybe in guild raids or questing, but you can get the dust elsewhere. And you can just stockpile it and then use it like I'm using it now to enhance this. Now another feature of, sorry, I keep going to the wrong place here, equipment. I don't really come here often, that's why. So another piece of advice that I'd say here that's important is you're needing to sacrifice stuff. So you see this little fire in this pyramid of fire. The more flames you have lit, the more it's going to add, suppress, and resist to your gear. So you see right here, I have 1 flame lit in the top pyramid on the far left, and at the bottom it says flame equals, suppress, resist, plus 73, plus 53. So for each flame I have, this first flame adds a base innate plus 73 resist, 53 resist, and plus 73 suppress. So what we're going to do is we're going to disenchant. You can also take extra gear and put it over here and disenchant it for dust if you're really hurting for dust. But I wouldn't recommend that, because what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to this is just the enhancements. You're wanting to collect as many pieces as you can, because there is a process that you can do, a sacrificing process. Yeah, right here it says sacrifice. So what we're going to do, it says asks if I want to sacrifice it. I'm going to say no, because I'm going to come over here and I'm going to change class to my barbarian. And so you see, all right, I have level 1 helmet, level 1 boots, ring, and so I'm going to try and sacrifice. I can't, because you have to have 4 pieces. Now, why do you want to sacrifice? You want to sacrifice because each time you sacrifice 4 pieces of gear, and you have to have 4, it'll add that flame suppress, and that's permanent. It stays. So you see right now I have 2 flames on my barbarian equipment. It adds plus 227 suppress and plus 333 resistance. That's innate to the base. I haven't bothered leveling up this gear yet, but we'll change another class and see what else we have, and maybe we'll be able to sacrifice something here. We're gonna go to the Mystic and see. I have some stuff here. It's all level 5. I could switch out some stuff and do it, but I don't really have that much extra gear right now, so I'm not going to. Here we go. I got extra ring, Yeah. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out all my level 5 gear, and I'm just going to put it in level 1 gear. This is what we're going to do here, here, level 1 boots, level 1 here. So I'm not, that way, this way I'm not wasting dust. But so I'm going to, it's just extra equipment that I have, and I'm going to sacrifice it. And it says right here, you can see it's going to go from 93 suppress to 217 suppress, and resist from 53 resist to 124. So I'm going to sacrifice it. So I'm going to do that. It added that right there. So now whenever I have my mage equipment on, it's not max level yet. I haven't really bothered with leveling it up yet. But that's why you want to keep and farm that the multiple pieces, because the more flames you have, the better your equipment will be. So that's something I'm still working on. I encourage everyone out there to continue to work on that, farm that up, hit those arenas up. Another place you can get gear are for completing city rewards. As you can see here, the 100% complete, or sorry, the city completion rewards in the middle left here are an axe, a wand, some arena tickets. This is all in normal mode. We have a bow, a cleric. Oh, it's cleric. It's not mystic. It's cleric. That's why. A bow and a mace here. City 3. Has some boots. So I mean, going through the cities, you get some decent gear. Obviously, just like cards, the higher stars the gear has, the better it is. These are 4-star. It's a 4-star hat. I don't think I have anything in 3-star here, but you can get 3-star and 1-star equipments as well. So that's something that, like I said, I highly encourage everyone to take seriously, like I didn't for a long time, and I'm kind of paying the price on that. Farm up the dust, farm up the equipment from the city events, or sorry, from the city completion rewards and from the weekly arenas. Don't worry about leveling it up and wasting the dust yet, especially if you're just sacrificing to get the flames. I would definitely say farm up the equipment first. Sacrifice it, and then get the flames and get as many flames as you can. And that, like, once you get maxed on flames, that's when you should really start thinking about leveling up your gear. And by then, if you won't need to sacrifice your gear, so you can just disenchant it for dust. And I know the higher level equipment really requires a lot of that dust. You can summon equipment. You can spend money on it. You can buy it with gems. I would not recommend that at all. They have chests. Occasionally, they have chests here, as you can see. Nothing right now, but they have chests that you can buy equipment. I wouldn't recommend it. You can get almost anything you need for this game in this game for free. And so I would definitely recommend just doing that for free and getting it from cities and from exchanging it with your tokens from the arena. Anyhow, I hope you learned something new. That's definitely something I just learned recently. I didn't really bother with it, but hope you learned something from this today. Smash that like button. Help me out. Help this channel grow. If you are on a different server or you have friends that you're watching this video, you play the game, and you have friends in your guilds that are asking these questions and they don't know what to do, point into my channel. And I hope that I'll be able to help more people understand the intricacies. This is one thing about this game, is it doesn't really tell you how to do the basics. So I hope you learned something, and hope you have a good day.